Hi, everybody. This is actually take two because I did a take one live earlier and I just kind of went off tangent a lot. So I'm going to try and center it a little bit. So maybe to make it concrete, I'll just bring up like what the Logan family have been saying and doing. Ever since my almighty, and I mean almighty crash out yesterday, right? Even said some racial slurs, not against black people, but you know what I'm talking about, right? Even let some racial slurs slide out of my mouth. Don't regret it. And yeah, because of that, because of all that, because I crashed out, because I cussed the police out over the phone, because I'm still laughing at that. I still that poor caller. Okay, because I crashed out and cussed the police out over the phone, and like I called like the perps, the Logans, all kinds of racial slurs and stuff like that. I went to bed and I woke up. I felt very refreshed. I'm not gonna lie. Like going full villain mode like yesterday, it really refreshed me and it really made me feel better about my life and better about the fact that I was being angry. And because I said some racial slurs, I didn't say skinny white woman, I didn't say skinny white kids, nothing like that. I went full on racial. Okay? Because I said that, they went back to racial slurs and they went back to calling me a monkey, calling me an N-word. And I'm over here just like, I mean, okay, that's what you need it to be. And then I uploaded that video of a Britain First leader. I can't remember what his name is, and I don't care. So it was that Britain First leader. I uploaded him saying that he wanted to raise this country to the ground so that, you know, white people can feel white, is basically what he said. He wanted to raise this country to the ground to basically mobilize white people into genocide and ethnic cleansing. If you go and look at the video, I'm not lying. I'm not lying in what I'm saying. Um, yeah, they fully admit they're racist, but but just like the Logan family outside, they want to be racist, but they don't want to be called that. Because after I uploaded that video and they watched it, one of them came out like out the front there and they said, "Oh, I'm just a racist person looking for attention. That's what we are." And I'm like, "Yeah. The fuck did you expect?" The fuck did you expect? It's getting to a point where even the racist taunts, like towards black people and towards my side, like you're literally a virus that destroys the entire planet, and you want to talk about monkeys? Like, bitch, please. Like, it's like, and it's not that it doesn't bother me. It's not that the racism doesn't bother me, but it like the good that people do is revealed through the results of their actions. If somebody's involved in gang stalking and they want to talk about how they're bettering the world and they're saving the country, and yet the country's economy is in the floor, and yet supplies are more expensive, people can't eat, people can't pay their bills, people can't stay in their homes, people can't pay their council tax, people can't pay their energy bills, and yet you're over here saying that you're making the world better by being bullying cunts. Well, there's a little bit of a disconnect, isn't there? Just a bit of a disconnect. Because the results of your actions speak for themselves. You can call me all the monkeys you like, or the N-words you like, or the big black women you like. What are the results of my actions and what are the results of yours? Let me know. Let me know. I hurt your feelings. You hurt the entire planet. So in the context of that, what do your words really mean? I'm not going to say what they mean. You tell me what they mean. When you call me racial slurs, knowing the entire time that people with your exact viewpoints want to ruin the planet so that you can feel whiter, which is the only thing you have going for you. When your own leader says that, like, that, what do your words really mean? Serious question. Know what I mean? And as for, my own people being perps and brown people being perps, this is the thing, right? I don't have to meet you where you're at. I don't have to be the loudest person in the room. I don't have to have the wittiest comeback. Why do that when the racists can deal with you? Why do that when the racists can deal with you and they've been dealing with your ass? Why should I like, meet you where you at and match energy and match mouth when the same gang stalkers that hired you are getting ready to kick you out of the country? Why should I match energy when the same gang stalkers are getting, like, when you disrespect me and you're ableist towards me, why should I match energy when these races are getting ready to come for you? Why should I match energy? And it's the same with racist white perps or white perps in general. Why do I need to match energy with you? There will always be bigger monsters coming down the steps after you, and they will sacrifice you in a heartbeat. The closer you are to safety, the closer you are to harm, because it's only a matter of time before the rug is ripped underneath you. And you heard the fucking, like, Britain first leader. He wants this country to be razed to the ground. That's exactly what the fucking stop the boats thing has been about. Raising the country to the fucking ground, making everything dirt cheap. Making everything dirt cheap for foreigners to buy, and then getting the white people of this country to kick all the black and brown people out, and have these people think this country is theirs just because it's whiter. Like, my guy, bro, you've got buildings that are owned by Russia, Saudi Arabia, Singapore, Hong Kong, the United Arab Emirates. You got buildings owned by Israel. Huh? Even owned by Nigeria. There are some places owned by Nigerian people, owned by Africans. You got buildings and businesses owned by rich globalists all over the world. And them same people, when you've run all the black and brown people out of the country through ethnic cleansing, them same foreigners are going to be the ones owning you so you can stay white. That's what gang stalking has been about. It's about foreign people with foreign interests owning your dumbasses while you are appealed to through your egos, through your fear, through your shame, through your jealousy, through your envy, through your lack of self-respect. And to be clear, that's what a lack of self-respect is. It's not about the amount of people you sleep with. It's not about how big your body is. It's not about how black your skin is. It's about how much you let your fear, shame, jealousy, and envy run you. And the more privileged you are, the more you let all of these things run you. What do you think killer instinct is all about? You let these things run you, and then you make it everybody else's problem. And that's exactly why the gang stalkers want me to be scared. That's why the gang stalkers want not only targeted individuals to be scared, but everybody to be scared. The people who run this world want everyone to be scared. White supremacists want everyone to be scared. Because when you let your fear, shame, jealousy, and envy run you, you lose your self-respect. And all that's left is you looking for attention and looking for a safe place to lay down. That's it. That's all you're left with. Some attention and a safe place to lay down. That's it. That is the fuck it, like a fucking toddler. And through trying to make me afraid, and that's exactly what the gangstalkers want to reduce me to. These people have been fucking doing this to me for 40 years. And they still ain't learned yet. 40 years. How do you do this for 40 years and you still haven't fucking learned? How do you do this for 40 years and you still ain't learned? All this drama just for a little bit of attention. The amount of bloodshed just for a little bit of attention. Just to say first, are you fucking okay? So, yeah. Know what I mean? So, yeah. When you really look at everything, I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect. There's a reason why I'm online talking to you rather than being off the grid, preparing for military action. There's a reason why I'm here. Because I might not be operating on fear and shame and what have you, but I am operating on comfort. I am in my comfort zone. Do you understand what I mean? So I'm not perfect either. I'm not perfect either. Again, the results of my life speak for themselves. I'm not perfect either. Far from it. I'm a fucking mess. But at the end of the day, at least I've tried my level best from the mess that I'm in and the mess that I am to warn people out of a situation before it got worse. I at least tried to do that. And I at least tried to prevent the rot. You know, me along with countless other targeted individuals, I at least tried to prevent the rot that is spreading in this country and spreading throughout the world. I at least tried. Meanwhile, what the hell did any of these people do? Stand around shouting about revenge and monkeys and black people. Like, what the fuck did any of you do to make any of this better? People are starving to death, freezing to death because of you. What the fuck did you do to make anything better? You know what I mean? I've done precisely nothing. I've been online and I've made rant videos for the last 13 to 14 years, and I've still done more than you. I've still done more than you. I've still done more than all of my perps combined. More than the public combined. And it's not because I'm qualified or worked hard or anything like that. It's simply because the truth was right there and I did my level best to get it out as much as possible. As did other TIs. We did more than any of you. It's the truth. So yeah, like the fear and like you're waiting. Let's be absolutely clear. And let's be clear right now. Again, the gangstalkers want me to be afraid, want me to feel ashamed, want me to feel jealous and envious because they want to remove my sense of self. That's at the root of this. That is the point of gang stalking as a whole. That is the point of this mass genocide and mass trafficking. That is the point of this mass behavioral control, to remove the public's sense of self, especially on an individual level, so that they are easy to manipulate, so that social climates and political climates are easy to manipulate. And with people like me, it didn't work. But with some other people, it did. With a lot of other people, it did. Some of us TIs, it didn't work with us, especially those of us who are already marginalized. There are some of us it just didn't work with. The whole social experimentation thing, trying to take away our identity. For some of us, it just didn't work. But for others of us, it did. And for the perps, it especially did. They attached their identity to what they had rather than who they are. So it was easy to manipulate them. It was easy to play on their cognitive dissonance, saying, oh, that person's, play on somebody's cognitive dissonance. For example, Fabienne keeps to herself, doesn't she? Doesn't really talk to anybody much. I don't see her having many friends around here. But you're the type of person, you're a family person, right? You're a mother. Got lots of friends, haven't you? You got lots of family visiting you. Yeah, I bet you do. I bet you're a people person. Yeah? I bet you're a people person. You see, we just need you to find out a little bit more about her, what her deal is. Why is she on her own all the time? What's going on there? And on top of that, she's black, right? She might be an immigrant too. Might be an immigrant. You actually come from this country, don't you? What's life like for you being here? What's the life like for you? Is it a bit hard, is it? Yeah, she lives on her own. She's got a lot of books. Seems to laugh a lot. What's up with that? Yeah. Defining yourself by what you are and what you have rather than who you are. Defining yourself by what your body looks like and not who you are as a person and not what you stand for. That's how they hook you in. That's how they hook these idiotic gangstalkers in. And it works every fucking time. Triangulation. They're a little bit different. They're a little bit weird. They're a little bit this. They're a little bit that. You're not though. You're not there. You're normal. You're one of us. Yeah. And that triangulation has led this country right down the fucking toilet. Led the whole world right down the fucking toilet. And the one thing that will always fuck human beings up is that they will always try to appeal to the bigger enemy. This is the thing. This is the thing about me, right? I've been bullied all my life. And it's not just because of my neurodivergence. It's not just because of my marginalized status. It's not that simple, right? Sometimes what people will do is they will pick on easier targets to appease the bigger ones because they think that one day they will get the bigger enemies. They only go after smaller targets so that one day they can go after a bigger one. It always happens like that. It doesn't matter who it is. They think if I can bully somebody who's small, if I can transfer the abuse, then sooner or later I can have it reach back up to the right authority, right? I can have it reach the bigger person or the person who abused me or this, that, and the third, like transference of anger and abuse. Picking on weaker targets just to get to the bigger ones. And it's never worked. That's another core aspect of gang stalking. It's just a bunch of idiots picking easy enemies to go after because they think that one day they're going to win after the bigger one. That's what white supremacy is built on. That's what gang stalking is built on. That's what narcissistic abuse is built on. It's this idea that if you defeat a smaller target or if you batter a smaller target, you can win against a bigger one. That's what this whole thing is about. That's another core aspect of gang stalking, apart from the loss of self-identity. It's this idea that you can defeat smaller enemies like me, in order to appease bigger ones and then later defeat bigger enemies. 9 times out of 10, it never fucking works. Because the biggest enemy is not people, it's a system. And the system has never been defeated. It's never been fucked ever. And I can call it the system of white supremacy, and I think I just did, but it's deeper than that. It's older. White supremacy sits at the kids' table. This is older than that. This is pure law of the fucking jungle. There's a reason why one of the heads of MI5 studied anthropology, bro, and animal behavior, especially bird behavior. We can call it white supremacy, but it's the law of the fucking jungle. You appease to the, you pick off little enemies first so that you can eventually reach the bigger ones. And, and because we're human animals and because we never learn, it never fucking works. Or if it ever does fucking work, it only works with like what? A small group of people. But that's what gang stalking is built on. It's a lottery. It's a lottery. No, it's not a lottery. It's a gladiator fight. It's a gladiator fight that the contestants never really win. Ever. Because let's say the quiet part out loud. The reason why white people or white racists go along with white supremacy is because they're all competing for the top spot. As much as they will never say that that's the case, they're all competing for the top spot. They're competing for the top spot. They're all competing with each other. Gangstalkers are competing with each other. Families, whole families competing with each other. You think I'm joking? Watch Family Dynamics. The reason why people like me get abused is because everybody else is fucking competing. And they believe the lie that they truly love each other and honor each other. No, it's a fucking battle of wills and strategy and manipulation. That's why evil always allies with evil. They're always uniting with each other based on their mutual selfish interests. Evil always trusts itself. Good does not trust itself. It has too much humility for that. Evil always trusts itself because evil is built on selfish intention. So yeah, it's competition. Gang stalking is a competition. It's not a community. And TIs, my fellow TIs, I'm sorry to say, but we're in a competition too. We're in a competition as well. We've been roped into this. As much as we don't want to think that, we have been roped into it. That's why, people like Liza Goldsmith never really got the attention she really deserved. It was why people like Lisa T.I. never got the attention that she really deserved. Because that same competition that the world is on, that gang stalking is on, TIs are also on. Who are we most likely to watch in terms of gang stalking victims? Stalked by the feds. Rack your brain. But yeah, competition and attention. Complete erosion of sense of self. And that is all the fuck this is. And the scariest part, the part that really scares me, and it absolutely fucking scares me, is that these gang stalkers and these white supremacists and these misogynists, they'll raise the world to the ground just for a little bit of attention. Just for attention. This is what happens when babies become adults without the necessary steps. They burn the world to the fucking ground and then blame everybody else for it. It's fucking terrifying. It's fucking terrifying. Like just adult babies burning the world to the ground. Just for a little bit of attention. Just for a little bit And you want to know the worst part about all this? It's not evil. It's just human. That's the worst part. It's just human. And the only reason why I'm not like that and I'm not that way is because this world never gave me the privilege to be that way. But if I had the privilege, there's no way I wouldn't be the same way. Are you kidding me? I've time and time again, all I've ever run into is people who are like me with privileges. I know exactly who I would have been if I had the privilege to be that way. I know exactly. I'm surrounded by it all the fucking time. I'm no different. The only reason I don't get to act like a baby is because I'm not privileged into doing it. But if I was privileged, I'd be just as much of a nightmare as everybody else is. Believe that. I'd be even more powerless. I'd be even more powerless than I am now. The fuck? But because I don't get to act like a baby, I don't get to act like a child, I don't get to do that. Ironically, it actually gave me power because I don't get to do that. I'm me. I don't get to act like a baby. I don't get to raise the fucking world to the ground for attention. I don't get to do that. But you know what? It's a good thing that I don't get to do that. That is a good thing. That's a good thing. It is not a bad thing. Although I can't lie, I would love some privilege, man. Like, these energy bills are fucking me up. Like, I'm just lucky. I'm just lucky that, like, the gangstalkers are willing to lie about my mental health to get away with their crimes. Because, baby, woo, woo. If they weren't lying through their fucking teeth, if they weren't lying through their fucking teeth, I'd be in a bad situation now. Or maybe I wouldn't. Maybe I'd just be in a more advantageous position in a different way. Maybe. But yeah, that's the worst part of all of this. You know, white supremacy is just basically the human animal on steroids. And that's it. That's it. But yeah, that's what gang stalking is reduced to. So yeah, Emma Logan, you're right. You're a bunch of racists who want to raise the world to the ground for a little bit of attention. All you talk about is immigrants and N words and P words and darkies. That's all you ever fucking talk about. Especially when I'm here. All you ever talk about, all you ever do is fucking talk shit about other people and drink. Yeah, that's what you fucking are. The fuck? Yeah, that's exactly what you are. Why lie about that? Why stand on ceremony? Why pretend like we live in a world where that's not true? And as for me, I'm not as productive as I should be. Truth be told, well, I'm not lazy, but to be lazy, I'd be enjoying doing nothing if I was really lazy. But yeah, you could argue that I'm a little bit lazy, honestly, even though I'm depressed most of the time because of the gang stalking. But yeah, yeah, I'm a little bit lazy. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not perfect either. We can no longer live in a world where we're not who we are. It's just not gonna fly like that. So yeah, I'm a lazy person who only really gets motivated when she's murderously angry. That's just me. That's just who I am. I have to be murderously angry or incredibly bricked up. And for those who know what bricked up means, you know what it means. Either I'm really murderously angry or I'm bricked up. Those are the only two emotions that really motivate me. I'm motivated by extreme emotions. Otherwise, I have to slow burn my life. I have to slow burn my life otherwise. That's the type of person I am. Like, nothing less except extreme emotion is going to get me off my ass. Do you know what I mean? Extremely bricked up, extremely excited for life, or murderously angry. And that's what motivates me. So that's me. That's me as a person. That's who I am as a person. And I can't live in a world where that's not true. I can't pretend I live in a world where that's not a reality. Just like you can't live in a world where you being a racist who burns everything to the ground, you and your family being racist who burn everything to the ground and being fucking crazy about it. You can't live in a world where that's not true, because you live in a world where it is true. The results are all around you. Get the fuck real. Okay, fine. You want to throw slurs around? You want to get attention? You want me angry? Gangstalkers who hide you want me angry? Fine. But you are who you are. You don't get to be something and not be called what you are. Just like I can't not be called an N-word because I'm black. I'm a black woman. And yeah, the N-word is a slur, but the N-word is a slur for a black person. I am black. My body is black. My skin is black. Well, not black, but brown. You get the point. You get the point. I have Negroid features, right? I have Africanized features. I am what I am. And you're a racist who will raise the world to the ground for attention. And you and your family raised the purest version of that in your youngest children. You raised the purest version of that in your youngest children. They will turn out to be everything that you failed to be. The worst versions of that too. And you can't stop it. That train's already rolling. You can't stop it. Because you put it in motion. That's what you are. You ruin the world, and you brought more people to ruin the world. You brought more people here to ruin the world. That's it. So, yeah. Yeah, so it is what it is. It's just a sad situation. You all have to live in it. And I am scared. I am scared because I'm very unprepared. Like I said, I'm lazy. I'm only motivated by murder. Like wanting to... That's the only thing that motivates me. I'd be a slug otherwise. An absolute slug. If I wasn't fucking murderously angry or bricked up or excited in a positive way, like if I didn't go through extreme emotions, I'd just be a fucking slug, bro. A slug. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's it. So let me think, because like my intuition takes a while to boot up. It takes a while. Takes a while to boot up. Yeah. Let me boot up though. Let me boot up, because I'm not like, my intuition is this thing where, yeah, I think that's it. But anyway, I gotta go. Peace and blessings, my fellow TIs, and stay strong, stay blessed. You know the drill. March of the Great out. And I guess I'll see you in another video. I guess something else will probably happen. Anyway, you guys take care. Bye. Bye bye, my darlings.